Welcome back to the Peace and Happiness podcast. I'm here with Raquel V-Saga, the CEO and founder of V-Saga Coaching Courses, Inc. And we are on our third celebration session for going over 48 top insights that Raquel has. And the next 12 is going to be on Slay, Heal, Grow, Slay. So let's get to the first one. The first insight for Slay is, if I'm going to be up to big things, I will need help.
Yes, I think that we think as Slay as like this end all be all persona, and they're just like magnificent and, just iconic. But if you look at people that are iconic and epic, there's a whole production behind them. And even the people that like came from nothing, you can always see that there's people, there was support, there was somebody that opened the door, there was somebody that helped in some form. And we're not islands, so that's just something I've come very clear to. Like, if I'm going to be up to big things, I'm going to slay in life, I'm going to be open to not be prideful, egotistical, and understand it's going to be an effort of multiple people.
It takes a village.
It does
It
take a village.
literally takes a village.
If you want to raise a really good, well-rounded child, it definitely takes a village. Yes.
All right. Insight number 2, faith. Undeniable, unshakable, undying faith.
So when I think about all the things that I've put myself to do in my life up to this point, it's always been faith. It's statistically, I shouldn't have done even like an eighth of the things I've done. I remember being in a political science class. And they were talking like, if you have these 12 things, the likelihood that you're going to amount to nothing or end up in jail are super high.
Yeah.
And I had all 12 and some, Yeah. And so when I think about like from that angle, I just know that it's my faith. And that's something that people known from me since my teens and 20s. They know my saying, the people that are in my circle, when I say somehow, some way.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yep.
I say somehow, some way, and they're like, because it just seems so ludicrous what I'm saying we're going to do. And people ask me, like, how are we going to do that? And go, somehow, some way. Like, it's just my faith.
Yeah.
It's faith.
That's big. For me, that's really big. It's stepping out of the, not comfort zone, but it's stepping out of fear.
We're so used to seeing things and making reality the things that we can see. And so we don't have spiritual sight. And it's in my spiritual sight that I've been able to do things. I'll give you a quick example. I remember back in 2008, 2009, I think, it was the big depression financial that we had. The building that we were in, our yoga studio, the electricity was completely off. We've had 3 different people. They all came and assessed. It was the same thing. It was faulty wiring because it was a very old building. And the different estimates were ranging from like 9, 10K to like up to 20K. And the guy my manager looked at me and says, what are we going to do? Like, we don't have that kind of money. We're just surviving. And I said, I know what I'm going to do. And I got on my knees and I started praying. And then I looked up and I said, okay, turn on the lights in the name of Jesus. And he looked at me like, poor girl, she's done lost her mind. And the lights turned on and they never turned off. Yeah. We moved out of that building and I never had to fix because it just worked. And I have lots of stories like that. And I'm so blessed that lots of people have been part of my stories that are that crazy, right? And so now that's why my kids say, oh, we just know if you say it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I said my daughter's quinceañera was going to be at Disneyland. My daughter's quinceañera was at Disneyland somehow, some way. Yeah. So faith. That's how I slay.
Yeah. It has a whole other meaning too. I have a tattoo when I got at 18 and it's faith. And it's just been different lately. I'm like,
Yeah, a lot of people say that they have faith.
Right.
But I'm just like, really? 'Cause
It
you're in a whole
wasn't.
lot of fear.
Yeah,
but-
this was fear.
Yeah.
It was fear.
Got
so, yeah.
I love it.
Can't wait to be in my sleigh. Okay, number 3. Opportunities are made by hard or constructive work.
Yeah, so I love that thing. The harder I work, the luckier I get. The opportunities that I have been granted is by me just putting in work. The whole thing that we talked about in the last podcast, just being able to land that huge account with the state of California, County of San Bernardino, among with different things that we're doing, right? Mm-hmm. It's all come from the people I've poured into. Like that particular account came from a person that I never expected that to be the outcome, but I've been pouring into this person 2.5 years. And many times that they needed a call, an emergency call at the beginning the first year, you know? And so did I do it with that intention? No. But look what it granted me. Yeah. And the reason that was granted is because, not because she referred us or said, but because people looked and took notice. She's a walking billboard of like, you're different. You've changed. What's going on? You know, in a positive manner. And so that's hard work. And that brought us opportunity. That's how I slay.
And I like it that it's not an intention.
No.
It's just, you're just always that hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Insight number 4. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, I want to correct, because I'm not big about hard work and like doing 15 hours, you know. I like hard work to mean also, like for me, is just that wherever I am, there I am, full out.
Yeah.
I'm present.
Very intentional.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not like hard work, I'm going to just get through it. But yeah.
7 days a week. Like hard work, like just, I'm going to pour it all in when I'm there.
Yeah. Insight number 4. The more I connect, the luckier I get.
Yes. So the more that I connect is the more connected heart to heart that I'm having with people. Again, not with any other intention. This I've been doing for decades. However, I live in a lot of people's heart, and I know that. And I'm very, very thankful for that. I'm just lucky. Like, I've been given a car. I've been given a $5,000 bike. I've been given an iPod. I've been given tickets to go see Sade. I've been given a transmission to my car, like for free.
Yeah.
I never asked. I had a friend that would say, oh, your cell phone broke. We'll just put it on Facebook and see if somebody has one. And you'll get one because people just want to give to you. And I'm just like, no, that's why I don't actually like to publicly put any needs that I have, because yes, I know people will pour it in.
Yeah.
But that comes a lot because I just connect at the heart level. Again, it was never my intention, but now I know. And now it's something that I do very good. And I mentioned this in the first podcast of Heal, is the TEDx talk. He says, be a connector of people. And so I connect a lot of people. I have been part of making a lot of best friends in adult age just by putting people together. Mm-hmm. And so I love connection because we are one. And by connection is how we're all getting blessed and luckier.
Yeah.
And then that infrastructure is just how you get to slay, because it's right. Compounding. It's taking a life of its own.
Insight number 5. Seek not what others can do for me. Do it from the heart, and life commits to helping me up.
So again, and that's the other thing too. I talk about, like, don't think that, because I helped over here, I'm looking for reciprocation. Just go on life doing good. And it just has a way of this frequency thing that you're living for. It just works out.
Yeah. Insight number 6. There is no purpose to find. I am the purpose.
That is 100 how I slay. Like, I think a lot of people want to find their purpose in life. However, when you realize you are answer, you are money, you are love, you are intelligence, like you are the answer to anything and everything. And so that's how I slay. Like, it's just, I lack nothing. Everything is within me. Yeah, I like what Tony Robbins says. He says, you don't lack resources, you lack resourcefulness.
Yeah. I can see that too. Like when you put your mind into something, it's not the purpose behind that, but you excel, like you do it and you do good in it too.
Because
So
we're
that's like-
spiritual beings. We get to
Yeah.
move things from spirit.
Right. Like that one. Number 7. I am money. I am the answer.
The same thing. Yeah. I've just realized that no matter what, within me is anything and everything I need. It's this sense of surrender of like the earth. Look at how it thrives if you just leave it alone.
Yeah.
And so I am the answer is just, I believe in an all-knowing God and that we're created to that image. So that means that if I sit with myself, I'm all-knowing because I'm created. I'm not separate. It's arrogant for me to think myself separate.
Right.
So that has allowed me to slay in life.
And it's also like how when you talk about being wealthy, like that's wealth.
Yeah. Well, money is just energy. It's not what the collective has made it mean. It's just an outside expression of energy. And that's the other thing. I've learned to, like, if something costs $50,000, I'm not stuck on needing $50,000. I'm not stuck. I'm like, okay, great. So it's going to be $50,000 or, I don't know, God. Show me the way.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's somebody had this connection or that happened or they blessed you here,
Yeah.
or something better came up and the person wants you to use this location and they'll let you do it for free. And it's even a better location, So that's what I mean by, like money. I just mean like you are the answer. And the only time that you're feeling resistant or stuck is that you're feeling that you're in fear. There's only ever fear and love.
Faith.
Yeah, it comes back to faith, comes back to love.
Yeah.
100.
Number 8. If it is to be, it's up to me.
It goes back to I am the answer. And so I can't be looking outwardly. Now that doesn't mean I now try to control everything and I need to figure it out and I'm alone. I just said you're going to need you're going to need people. You're not an island if you're going to be up to big things. However, what I mean by that is what am I putting out in the energetic field? We all have an electromagnetic signature. And that signature is my credit. Is it 850 score or is it 300? And that's what I mean. If it's to be, it's up to me. Like, where am I vibing?
Yeah.
What am I putting out? Because even the Bible says, as you believe, so shall you see. Knock and it shall be open. Well, if I knock and I'm believing it won't be open, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that all the methodologies from all the schools of thought agree on. That as we believe, the spirit that we're coming from is how we will see. And so that's what I mean. If it's to be, it's up to me. Like, what is your frequency, people? Like, what is your electromagnetic signature that you're signing to, co-sign or sign for the thing you're asking for or looking to create?
It takes me back to one of the numbers, being cautious and fear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about that state of consciousness, those thoughts and feelings.
Number 9. Responsibility means responsibility. And you touched on this, I think, in the last in Grow.
Yes. So one of the things, if I'm going to slay, and to me, slay means that there's no impossible for me, right? Like, I'm going to slay at whatever I put in front of me. I got this, right? Then I have to understand that I'm going to be held responsible for the project or whatever I'm saying is going to come forward into fruition. Then I have to grow my ability.
Yeah.
And so that's how you slay. You just have to be growing your ability that you're able to, to who much power is giving much responsibility. So that's how you slay. You got to just really hone and harness the truth of these things. I think we say a lot of these things from the teeth out and they sound good and as concepts, but I don't really see us embodying it. How do I know that? Because 85% of the world is struggling. So we're not slaying because we're not embodying the things that we know.
Right.
So many podcasts, so many books, and here we are.
Number 10. Always take accountability when it goes wrong, for then I retain power to create anew.
I touched on that on Grow as well. Yes, like me taking accountability when it goes wrong. And you're a witness to this. I give a lot of credit. Like anything that happens, I'm like, oh, it's her. Oh, it's them. I love because it builds the people around you. And the stronger the people, they say you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? Yeah. So I'm all about building those that work around me and with me. But when it goes wrong, I'll step up. Crap travels down, not up, right? I'll step up and like, what did I miss? What didn't I see? And the only reason I love that, I've learned to love that, is because then I'm the person that's able to course correct.
Yeah.
I'm the captain.
Right.
And so you can't just be taking credit when it's good. It's actually when it's bad that you'll have more of an effect of power.
Yeah, it's just comes back to responsibility for credit and for not so good credit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Number 11. Nobody or nothing defines me. Only my creator God and myself can define me.
To slay at life, to just create things not seen by the common or average person, you're going to fail. You're going to have to be humble, and you're going to have to be not defined. And sometimes it's not just that you failed. Sometimes you'll have everyone wanting your head on a platter. Mm. And you guys have experienced it like recently.
Yeah.
Like even in October, I speak, I get into rooms, and the hard pills of truth that I'm laying down, you guys have seen it. People want my head in a platter in those moments. We get feedback afterwards. That was so deep. That was so intense, but you could feel the room.
Yeah. Like, it's like,
And so I have to be open and authentic and real and raw. Makes me want to cry. If I'm here to do the impact and the influence that is in my heart, if I really want to free people, help them heal and process their wounds, and then help them grow to the point that they slay, I can't be concerned that I really rattled and ruffled people's feathers by speaking truth. I have to be committed. And the only way I've been able to do that is thank God for my belief and my solace in God, because He has me. When all the world doesn't like me, I'm okay with it, because I just go into refuge to that. And that is something, I remember one coach, when they saw me work with somebody that was screaming, had they been in a regular setting at a hospital, they probably would have been given a tranquilizer. And they saw what I did with this person. You were there, the retreat with all the coaches. And I remember one of the coaches, I believe it was Trina, she says, oh my gosh, I'm getting that if we're to do this at that level, of course, our regular coaching isn't like that, right? But she says, if we're going to help people heal at that level, we're going to have to get into our spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how we really slay. When you invite the spirit in, the spirit of love, the spirit of power, the spirit of beauty, then that's how you slay. And that's how I've been able to do what I've done.
Yeah. And the last top 12 insight for slay. I am my biggest cheerleader, fan, supporter, and believer in me.
I have to love me when the world hates me, and I'm okay with that. And so if you're going to slay, you're going to have to love yourself. Mm-hmm. Like truly, unconditionally love yourself. Have your back.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. That's really big. I like that. I'm going to have to do that with a cheerleader.
Well, I'll end it with this. You're looking to transcend the collective. So 90%, 85% of the world are in this very friction, stuck. And you're here piercing through all of that to slay. Because only the few, not because it's only available to the few, only because few choose to slay. Mm-hmm. And so you're going to have to pierce through that. And if you're going to do that, you're going to have to be your best friend.
Yeah. The good, the bad, the everything.
Everything.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for the 12 insights of Slay, your top insights. And then we have 12 more coming soon. The next podcast is 12 insights of how to love yourself. Alrighty. So until then, we hope you heal, we hope you grow, and we hope you slay. Thank you.